Hi there, Elizabeth Dankoski of the Dream School Project, and I wanted to pop in today and answer some really great questions that have been coming in about the college admissions process. I got a question last week about late bloomers and what to do about students whose grades weren't that great at the beginning of high school but maybe got much better as time went on. And also whether there are colleges that really work with students who are late bloomers. Are there programs that support them, not babysit them, but just really support them in growing and developing? And then the second part of that question was, what should an applicant do if he's not sure what he wants to major in? So these are wonderful questions, and let's dive in a little bit to explore them. So for kids who are late bloomers, this is very common. There are many students. I just got off the phone a minute ago with a student who said, my grades aren't that grade. He has a 3.6 out of 4.0, and he wants to apply to NYU Stern. And so it's really going to be his leadership and his essays, like it is for all students. That's really the opportunity for them to showcase how they've matured and grown. Now, when we're looking at applying to the really top schools, if you don't have a GPA that's in line with what they're looking for, it's going to be pretty hard. So for the late bloomers, they're not necessarily going to get into those super top tier schools, and they may not even be a good fit for them anyways. But if you want a really good chance at, say, still a really good college, like one of the second tier type of schools, then this is where, particularly for juniors, the leadership piece and the essays are so important. Now, when we talk about leadership, we don't mean that leadership is just the name of, the position you have as a club leader or captain of your team or whatever. What we mean is, how creative are you being? How much creativity can you bring to the activities you're already involved in? So a few years ago, one of my students was involved in math club. He came to me in the middle of junior year, and he really wanted a way to stand out, but was super busy, didn't have a whole lot to do anything extra. So what he did was he looked around at his math club and he said, well, how can I make it even better? And he knew he wanted to go on to study math and become a mathematics professor and get his PhD in math. So this was a perfect opportunity for him to start demonstrating his teaching skills. So he started to do some really interesting interactive lectures, and also to sort of do some team building, since there wasn't a whole lot of unity on that team. There were these three different sections of kids. One was the section of kids who always competed. The second was the kids who sometimes competed. And the third were the kids who just showed up every week for something to do. And he thought, we really could use some more connection on our team and feel like we're all part of this same team together. So he did a lot of that, and he ended up becoming the captain of that team. But the story wasn't so much about becoming captain. It was about what he did to earn that captainship and to really stand out and make a difference on his team. And I just talked with him a couple of months ago, and he said, I feel so clear from the essay process about why I'm studying pure math, which is one of the more rare areas of study. And he said, most of the students in his program, they're there, but they don't really even know why they're there. And he already knows what he wants to focus on and who he wants to study with for his PhD program. So I thought that was a really beautiful example of when you focus on leadership in terms of how can I make something even better. So in other words, you don't have to go create a whole nonprofit or cure cancer or anything like that. It's just, how can you make something even better in what you're already involved in? That's a beautiful way to demonstrate your leadership. So when it comes to those late bloomers, focus on the leadership, focusing on articulating beautiful stories. This is really important. And then if you don't know what you want to major in, this is what I say: choose a direction, because you never want to be undecided. They just don't know where to put you or what to do with you. If you're applying to a liberal arts program, it doesn't really matter what you say that you want to major in, because you can always change it. If you're applying to a very specific type of program like finance or engineering, and it's a specific school, like say Cornell School of Engineering or something like that, then obviously you want to be more clear about what it is you want. And in that case, if you're not sure, I wouldn't apply to a school like that, because it really does lock you in. But in terms of those liberal arts majors, whether it's neuroscience or biology or geology or anything like that, that can always change. And what you want to do is just give a direction for what it is that you are interested in, and that gives bulk and meaning to the essays where they say, why do you want to go here, or why do you want to major in this? You never want to say undecided, because they just don't know what to do with you. But if you have a direction, it gives a narrative around it, and then that makes them feel like, oh, this kid is really alive and awake to his interests. Isn't that great? We need him here. So that's the answer to this first question. I'm going to answer the next question that I got in just a minute here and send that over tomorrow. But in the meantime, send questions more to me if you like, and I'm happy to keep answering them, because these are all important, and they really do help us understand how to navigate this whole convoluted admissions process. All right, bye for now, and I'd love to keep hearing from you.